In February of 1959, a group of 9 skilled hikers, led by Igor Dyatlov, set off on a daring journey through the Ural Mountains in the Soviet Union. They were all experienced, well-prepared adventurers with a shared passion for exploration. Their goal was to reach the remote Otorten Mountain, a challenging destination that required traversing difficult terrain and braving freezing temperatures. They had planned their route carefully, and everything seemed in order. However, as the days passed, they missed their planned return date, which raised alarm among their families and authorities. A search team was quickly assembled, and it wasn't long before the haunting discovery was made: an abandoned campsite left in the dead of winter where something had gone terribly wrong. Initial concerns quickly turned into a desperate and mysterious search for answers. The first chilling clue came when the searchers discovered the hikers' abandoned tent. What was most disturbing about the scene was the condition of the tent. It was cut open from the inside, suggesting the hikers had fled in a hurry. Worse still, the tent was empty, with the hikers' belongings left behind, including shoes, jackets, and other essential gear. The hikers had clearly been forced to leave the shelter of the tent, yet they had done so in a state of complete disarray. As the search party ventured deeper into the surrounding forest, they came across the bodies of the hikers scattered at various distances from the tent. What they found was even more disturbing. Several of the bodies exhibited unnatural and horrifying injuries. One victim had a fractured skull, while others had broken ribs. The most bizarre discovery was that one of the hikers was missing their tongue, a detail that would later raise more questions than answers. The scene was perplexing. What could have caused these experienced hikers to leave their tent in such a panic state, in the freezing cold, and without their basic protective clothing? Why had they been so exposed to the harsh elements? The mystery deepened with every clue found. Several theories have been proposed over the years to explain the events of that night. One of the most widely discussed possibilities is the avalanche theory. According to this hypothesis, the hikers' tent was struck by a small avalanche, forcing them to flee in a panic. The damage to the tent, combined with the hikers' hurried exit, seems to support this theory. However, there are significant weaknesses to this explanation. For one, the injuries sustained by some of the hikers, including severe fractures and internal injuries, seem inconsistent with the effects of a typical avalanche. Additionally, the bodies were found scattered over a large area, which contradicts the theory that an avalanche would have carried them all to the same location. Another intriguing theory revolves around infrasound, low-frequency sound waves that can cause feelings of anxiety, disorientation, and even panic. Some researchers believe that strong winds at the mountain pass may have produced these infrasound waves, leading to irrational behavior among the hikers. According to this theory, the hikers could have been driven to flee in terror due to an overwhelming sense of dread, which could explain their disjointed actions. A third, and perhaps more sinister, theory is tied to the possibility of military testing or secret weapons. This theory gained traction due to the Soviet Union's known history of conducting secretive military operations during this time. Some researchers believe that the hikers may have inadvertently stumbled upon a military test or experiment involving a new weapon, which could explain the strange injuries and the radiation found on the victims' clothing. Documents later declassified by the Soviet government, though heavily redacted, have only added fuel to this theory. One of the most puzzling aspects of the Dyatlov Pass incident is the discovery of unusual radiation levels on the clothing of some of the hikers. This radiation could not be easily explained, and it raised the unsettling possibility of an unknown source of radiation, perhaps linked to a military experiment or some form of weaponry. The radiation, however, was not uniform and it did not provide clear answers, leaving only more questions behind. Adding to the intrigue are the hikers' final photographs. One of the images taken by the group features strange light anomalies, which some believe could be unexplained phenomena, possibly related to atmospheric conditions or even some form of military activity. The photographs are chilling in their own right, as they seem to capture the hikers in the moments before their mysterious deaths, yet they provide little in terms of concrete evidence to explain what happened. Finally, the Soviet investigation into the deaths was curiously swift and inconclusive. The official report claimed that the cause of the hikers' deaths was a compelling force of nature, but it failed to provide any clear explanation. The investigation was closed with minimal follow-up, and several files related to the case were classified, fueling speculation about a cover-up or the involvement of external forces. The Dyatlov Pass mystery remains one of the most compelling unsolved cases in modern history. Despite numerous theories, the exact cause of the hikers' deaths has never been determined with certainty. Each theory has its merits, but no single explanation can account for all of the strange and eerie details surrounding the incident. The case has sparked widespread fascination and has become a subject of endless speculation, from conspiracy theories to scientific investigations. It serves as a reminder of how much we still don't understand about the world around us and how sometimes even the most experienced and prepared individuals can be caught in the grip of an unknowable force. The enduring mystery of Dyatlov Pass continues to captivate people around the world, as new generations of curious minds try to unravel the truth. While the hikers' fate remains unresolved, the case encourages us to look deeper, think critically, and never stop searching for answers. What do you think really happened at Dyatlov Pass?